and I don't know his name. And so my point is that I'm not trying to demean him in any way, but this isn't about an agent. The agent doesn't have one thing to do with what we're doing when we get on a football field against a team.
In response to a tweet by Cowboys reporter Clarence Hill saying that Jerry disrespected his agent, Micah posted facts. David is the best, and I will not be doing any deal without David Mulligetta involved. Like anyone with good sense, I hired experts for a reason. There is no one I trust more when it comes to negotiating contracts than David. There will be no back doors in this contract negotiation. Okay, he didn't respect him, but he doesn't matter in this equation, and he doesn't know his name. Peter Schrager, welcome to the team. It is so good to have you. Welcome to ESPN, and thanks for being with us here this morning.
Man, thank you, Jerry Jones, for giving us a topic that we can chew on.
Oh, my gosh.
This is it.
What else is
Right?
new?
This is it.
Peter, your takeaway from this situation?
Jerry is a wildcatter. He is an oil man. He is someone who is different than the 31 other decision makers in the NFL. He wants to look at the individual in the eye, and he wants to deal with that person directly. It's a family business to him. And whereas everyone else is worried about salary cap and well, what does this mean? Jerry Jones looks at it as his money, his relationships, and this is something that he wants to do on his timeline and with the individuals that he's dealing with. So when he disrespects an agent, which he did to a very fine agent, I don't ever imagine in my life Jerry Jones coming out being like, well, the agents and athletes first are for top notch, and we can't. That's not him. He wants to deal with you directly. He even referenced Emmett and Dion. We're talking about nearly 40 years ago. He's like, that's how I did my deals with Emmett and Dion. Jerry is not getting any younger, but to him, it is almost more about the art of the deal and the business. And that part of it, it is an art to him, whereas a lot of these different decision makers, it's a science and it's numbers and it's calculations. He wants the personal relationship. This is going to be the second biggest contract that Jerry Jones ever signs. He wants to deal with Micah Parsons directly, man-to-man on that, and not have his agent be the voice box or the person who's speaking on his behalf. Eventually, the agent will get in, and the deal will get done. But to Jerry, this is everything, and this is family, and he wants Micah to be family, and they want to do this stuff together.
You didn't tell a lie. Everything that you said is on point. But it doesn't make what he said any less disrespectful and uncalled for. David is one of the best agents in the business. I got some of his client list here. Just watching. I just Googled it. You know, maybe they still. I hope they're still with him. I think they are.
Well, at one point.
But this man has Deshaun Watson. He had Derwin James, C.J. Stroud, Kyle Pitts, Jordan Love, T. Higgins. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. And what I'm saying is I bring that up because Jerry prides himself on being a businessman and about the business of the National Football League. And when you have an agent representing those kind of clients, obviously he's doing business with the National Football League. You know exactly who the hell he is. Of course, stop lying. I love Jerry, but come on, man. I mean, this is unnecessary. This is uncalled for. Everybody knows I got a good relationship with Jerry. I really, I got a lot of affection for that man, but I have been very, very concerned because I've seen slippage. Now, I ain't going to go as far as Biden, but I've said this about Jerry Jones before. I like some of the things he said. This is uncharacteristic. You know, this is how it happens sometimes. You know, a year runs. Huh? No,
is it uncharacteristic?
I'm saying a year. No. Molly, if you go back, we have never seen a preponderance of quotes from Jerry that made no sense. Now, we might hear him say things we disagree with.
No doubt.
But it made no sense. Derrick Henry would have hurt us? Really? I mean, some of the things that he has said this year has been very, very alarming to the point where they actually asked him on radio. You know, Stephen A. said, he's very concerned about it. I am concerned because he's saying things that make no sense. He's saying things that appear to be very clueless and detached from reality. And like you said, and I hand it to you here, Dougie, he is holding on a lot to the past. He's deferring to it a lot more often, like he doesn't even know that times has evolved. And when I asked him, I said, how is it that you think that you're still on top of stuff, particularly with this younger generation?
Yeah.
He said, because I hire a bunch of young people and I keep them around me. Well, how come he ain't listening to them?
All right, I want to get to Mad Dog, but I wouldn't characterize it as slippage, Stephen A. I characterize it as ego.
Well, I think, listen, to me, it's not that big a deal overall because Parsons at the end of the day is going to sign a contract anyway. So, I mean, we're going to, and the problem the Cowboys have, we discussed this last week, Peter, they're going to have 48% of their cap with 3 players. $60 million for Prescott, $34 million for
Lamb.
And they go, what is he going to make Parsons? $40 million a year?
He'll be right up there.
Yeah, but what's Garrett make a year?
He's making 40.
So he's going to get
41.
paid. And he's going to get paid with Garrett. So that's, think about it, it's 140-something million with the 3 guys, and it's a 279 salary cap. So they're going to have 45, 46% with 3 players. So that is hard to win when you only got the 3 guys out of your 50-man roster making that kind of money. Listen, he is bad for your franchise only because he's so omnipresent. When your owner is, doing press conferences after games, radio shows on a weekly basis, twice a week, and he's the, pseudo GM, it's just not good.
Well, he is, and that's the thing. I think in other buildings, talking about the Aaron Rodgers Pittsburgh situation right now, Mike Tomlin and Omar Khan are having Art Rooney, the owner, come in, and the owner's saying, hey, what's the latest? Like, give me an update. What do we got? Jerry doesn't answer to anybody. And Jerry doesn't have to. There is no power structure. His son, Steven, is a fine NFL executive. He's not coming in there and being like, Dad, we got to get this deal. It's just not how it works.
But why isn't, since you're here, Peter, thank you, it's good to have you. Why isn't Stephen Jones? Listen, we all find ourselves in a position where we don't want to do something as children.
I say, remember, I got hit the top of the hour.
Why isn't Stephen Jones having more of an impact on his father?
That torch has not been passed yet.
There we go. Case closed.
Good answer.
Don't be giving me the eye. We got to get a break on time. It's my job. Steph Jokic and
Graziano joining us fresh from the NFL League meetings in Palm Beach, Florida. Dan, what have you heard about a possible extension here for Micah Parsons?
As Jerry indicated yesterday, Randy, they have talked, he and Micah, about a deal. But, what you're hearing from Jerry there is probably some level of frustration that, those talks didn't result in a contract. Obviously, the finer points do still have to be ironed out between the team and Micah Parsons' agent, and I don't think it's as simple as, dotting I's and crossing T's. When the finer points involve language, the guaranteed money means how much is fully guaranteed, how much is injury guaranteed, when does the money show up in terms of the early years of the deal, all those things that have to be worked out. So Jerry may feel like he and Micah had an understanding about parameters, but that doesn't necessarily mean a deal is close. They'll continue to talk. Ultimately, I think everybody around this believes it will get done, but as is the case with the Cowboys and their big veteran contracts, it could take a while.
Jerry Jones has a track record.
Mà nó toàn làm việc sưng gió, cái số này làm việc sưng gió chạy nó xét. Số này tất người làm toàn ngon.
Xin chào tất cả mọi người đã quay trở lại với kênh của mình. Ngày hôm nay mình sẽ tiếp hướng dẫn các bạn tổ tượng hôm nay của mình sẽ có tiêu đề là bảng phấn. Các bạn hôm nay tượng của mình là phấn màu. Bây giờ mình sẽ bắt đầu tô nhá.
Đấy, giống như hai thằng lúc sáng hay nào đó đấy là hai thằng đấy ở số Bắc.
Vâng.
Hoàn Hát đấy cũng ở số Bắc.
Ai?
Hoàn Hát. Còn gọi là Hoàn Hát.
Em tưởng anh đấy ở số Bắc ngoài mà.
Mới chuyển cách đây 2 năm.
À.
Nhà chỗ số Bắc này, đối diện nhà chị. Nên mà anh giờ số Bắc đấy cũng hay quá.
Nhìn cái mặt anh đấy buồn cười lắm nhá. Nhìn cái hôm em vào trong đấy thì sao em bảo anh Hoàn không chào em à? Anh có mà, vì nói chuyện cái biểu cảm nhìn buồn cười lắm. Tại em lên đấy có mỗi cái anh ấy hay nói chuyện với em.
Người kiểu như người đi làm đi ngoài khác.
Có mạnh em thì em chả nói.
Còn mấy tay, còn những tay còn lại đa phần là tất người có, tất là mọc xong là làm đấy, đúng không?
Đúng. Anh Tiến bảo là ngày trước anh Tiến làm leader ở Sinopec.
Tiến à?
Vâng.
Tiến ra phải ca đấy.
Tiến 202 hay vào đây này.
Người yêu của
Chị Phương. Mọi người đây là một đất xanh.
Đồng xỉu lộ mấy.
Gỡ.
Xỉu quanh từ cái thời nào chứ được gọi là bao nhiêu năm về trước này.
Chắc là lúc vừa ra trường.
Lúc đầu bên Sinovac nó khác bên Crazy mà Crazy cứ ở đến tầm độ gần 1 năm hay
Thì anh Tiến ấy có bằng mà, anh đấy có bằng cao đẳng.
cao đẳng
Thì đưa thì lúc đấy khác, bây giờ khác. Anh cứ cái gì cũng bình thường nhỉ.
thì cả thế cao đẳng giờ đi mua được. Và mấy năm trước bọn anh chẳng mua chứ.
Hay một tí nhá. Coi
Mình
đường.
mà mua đúng cái đợt của bọn cao đẳng ra trường nhá. Vào công ty ngon đét luôn.
Coi trường cái bằng cao đẳng ở vừa thôi.
Chứ chẳng thế không à.
Biết là thực tế nó thế rồi.